On 29th July 2026, Ghana's Supreme Court delivered a ruling that sounds like a contradiction. The Office of the Special Prosecutor, the OSP, was declared constitutional. In that very ruling, the court confirmed something else. The Attorney General retains the constitutional power to discontinue any prosecution brought by the OSP. So was this a win or a loss for the OSP? Let's look at the facts and some questions this ruling leaves open. The OSP was set up in 2018 to serve as Ghana's specialized independent anti-corruption agency. The reason? The Attorney General is appointed by the President. So when corruption allegations involve people close to government, an obvious conflict of interest can arise. So the OSP was created to operate with significant independence from political control. Now, the ruling in question settles a case brought by private lawyer Noah Adamte. He argued that the OSP's independent prosecuting power is unconstitutional. His reasoning: Ghana's constitution in Article 88 gives prosecuting power solely to the Attorney General. So he said Parliament couldn't legally hand that same power to a separate office. Here's what's notable. Adamte wasn't alone. The sitting Attorney General's own office filed arguments taking the same position. On the other side, 14 civil society groups joined the case to defend the OSP. A 7-judge panel led by the Chief Justice ruled unanimously. Two things came out of this ruling. First, the OSP is constitutional. It can keep prosecuting corruption cases. Second, under Article 88, the Attorney General can discontinue any case the OSP brings. This is called a noli prosequi, a formal notice ending a prosecution, and the Attorney General is not constitutionally required to publicly explain the decision. Here is the core worry. The Attorney General is a political appointee, and critics fear this power could be abused by the AG to discontinue a corruption case against someone politically connected to the ruling government. And that would undercut much of the independence the OSP was designed to provide. However, others like lawyer Martin Pebu see it differently. They argue that the OSP holding total unchecked power is its own kind of risk, regardless of politics. For them, the ruling confirms the Attorney General remains a constitutional check on the OSP's prosecutorial powers. So yes, the Attorney General's power to end an OSP case is now legally confirmed. Here are two things to watch. 1. Under what circumstances will the Attorney General exercise this power over an OSP prosecution? 2. Will that power ever be used to discontinue a case against someone connected to the government of the day? Currently, several cases the OSP is actively pursuing touch people connected to the former NPP government. But if the OSP ever charges someone connected to the current government, and the Attorney General discontinues that prosecution, will Ghanaians believe the power was exercised in the interest of justice rather than politics? Because that is the concern the OSP was created to address. A government-owned appointee deciding whether to prosecute people connected to that same government. This has been a Finex Insights Data story. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in our next one.